understanding the mechanism behind why it's so important to be resilient and why it's so important to be resilient in anything that you're doing or whatever it is, the task that you're trying to complete, I think is very important because that's going to give you legs when you want to give up. That's going to give you hope when you feel fearless. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's going to give you hope when you feel like you're afraid, where you when you feel like you're grasping. That's going to give you what you need, is the ability to understand who you are and what you're made of. I'm telling you something, you will find out what you're truly made of when you go through something, when you're faced with adversity, when you're going through whatever it is that you're going through. It was rough for me, but I overcame it. Now, I'm not saying that I started going 30 miles and all that stuff. I didn't ever said that. All I said was I tried, and I went from my house to the store, now to the school, to this and that, and then my community, and it was a journey. But I took my time and I met myself where I was. I gave myself compassion. And in your journey of being a resilient, you have to give yourself that self-compassion. I think that's most important. Meeting yourself where you are and trying to get where you need to be. That's just what resilience is all about too. That's not really the dictionary version, but that's a part of that journey. It's a part of that transformation journey. Don't ever be embarrassed of, things that you go through, I think you got to unmask yourself. And once you unmask yourself and figure out what it is, just move forward, Don't ever be embarrassed of anything that you go through in life. I think I was at first. I definitely was. I wanted to keep it to myself. That's a whole nother situation. We'll talk about that later on. But this post is about being resilient, and I'm sharing one of my personal experiences that I personally went through and what I did to overcome it and to work on that resilience, and what I had to tell myself, you can do it, and the different mechanisms that I did, as far as like smelling different things in the car to get my mind off of it, listening to music, listening to vibrational music, right, to encourage positivity and positive energy, singing. I love singing, and singing a song that get me distracted, and talk to my husband because he gave me that comfort that I needed and that support that I needed and that validation that I could do it. So that's your unleashed part is discover your community. He was my community, my kids, my husband, my community, my best friend. So things like that. I just wanted to share my experience I personally went through. And again, I just shared my own experience and how I was resilient in overcoming my fear of losing, unfortunately, the ability to drive. So I'm very proud of that. And my hope for you is that you become more resilient.